What's up, guys? Hey, wanted to talk about my little picture I put out there. A little bit of blood on the ground. I am officially no longer a muzzleloader virgin. I had a buddy that was gracious enough to let me borrow a muzzleloader. Believe that? I've been doing this stuff since like '83. I've never shot a deer with a muzzleloader, but I've always been a bow hunter, you know, and I never really saw the advantage. Well, I loved to gun hunt it for years and years. I loved to gun hunt. But, bow hunting was like such a passion from the beginning for me that I was like, yeah, you get that little week ahead of the season. I hunted a lot of the management areas after that with a rifle. And then once the National Forest, with a rifle. So, I went from bow hunting wherever, and then I would swap over, and I would go to rifle hunting in the National Forest side. So then I started, years went by, and I went to bow hunting only, and been doing that for a couple years, or about 4 or 5 years now, I guess. And I love it, and I miss it, and I almost, again, I'll just spoiler alert. This deer was at 30 yards, easy chip shot. He was walking through, checking the scrape line. Could have easily killed him with a bow. He was not running, just steady walk, good fast walk like they do. But I was excited. I've never actually got the opportunity to shoot one with a muzzleloader. They had the gun hunt. I waited till the last day of the gun hunt here last week on Okmulgee here, or not the gun hunt, the muzzleloader hunt, and it started raining. So I'm like, man, this sucks. I hate the rain, right? And I'm in there, and I knew it was supposed to rain at some point, and then pick up worse and worse throughout the day. I haven't been in this place all year, and I came in real early. It was dark when I walked in, so I went in there, and I think it was about 8:15-ish or so. It had just started raining, and guess who showed up? It's 6 Point. And like I said, it's a deer I recognize, I know about. And I was like, that deer's at least 4 years old. That was on the hoof. I was pretty positive he's 4. There's a chance he's 3, but he's at least 3.5. So, anyway, I let that muzzleloader eat, man, and I am tickled to death. Trust me, it's a big deer, man. It's a really heavy deer. It's in that spot that I got bamboozled on last year because all the big tracks in there. And since I shot this deer, I've got pictures of 2 other big 6 Points in there. So there's something else genetically going on. One of them's got like 8-inch brow tines at the 6 Point, but he's only about 13 inches wide. So this one is probably a little wider than that. I think he's around 14 to 15 inches wide. Probably more like 14 inches wide. But he's a great buck. I really enjoyed the hunt. I had fun with the hunt because, after shooting him and realizing, that was the first muzzleloader buck and everything, I kind of got excited about that. Like I said again, it was about a 30-yard shot. I had no camera gear with me, didn't take any video. I did take some pictures on my cell phone, and I'm going to throw some pictures on there with this. But a lot of people ask me about it, you must have killed a doe because you hadn't shown nothing. So I am going to show you all my buck. I'll give you a couple pictures of him. And the hunt itself is actually interesting because, and this is something I do often, but I don't talk about a lot. So if you've hung in this long on a video, I'm going to kind of throw a tip out there. And I learned this by accident years ago. And it's always worked well for me. Because you get these spots, right? We always talk about play the wind, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. All right, this area basically is a north-south access. And there is only one access. Even if you circle around, there's just no other way in this place. It's just almost impossible. So this area sits up, you walk from the south into the north. Well, guess what I had? I had a south wind. Now there is a very big buck in this area. But, so, I'm thinking about this south wind. I'm like, man, I shouldn't go in there. And then I got to think about it. Years ago, I did this a lot. Because of how I can access it, yes, I came in on a south wind, so I did it very, very early. And I actually walked past all the trails, which there's 3 main trails of bucks running there, all well within 100 yards of that muzzleloader. And on those 3 trails, I walked past them. But I walked past them in a spot that I already know I can get to a tree, that he won't get to my ground scent before I can make a decision and shoot. And that's exactly what happened. So the deer come from both ways. It's rut, right? So they're coming from wherever they want to. But I knew that most of the movement's going to be from left to right, east to west, west to east. So I walked as straight a line as I could to my tree. To get in that tree, get set up, I turned around and I faced back to my back trail like a buck does when he beds. And that would give me at least 3 to 4 seconds, because it is thick in there. But it's open enough where I could see body size pretty early if I'm paying attention. Now, it's all about paying attention. But I'd be able to see the body size pretty early and then determine if the buck was what I wanted to shoot. And that's what happened. I had about 3-4 seconds. I seen the deer. I knew the deer, luckily, because of cell cams now that I'm using. That's cool. And I decided to go ahead and take it. Now, if it wouldn't have been raining, who knows? He may still be out there. But right now, you know where he's at? He's about to get cut up and fried tonight. Happy hunting.